This is the secret to great ball striking with your irons. Now, you've seen the title, and let me justify 2%. How many of us, and I reckon 98% of people that come to me for a lesson say, how do I stop pulling up into impact? There's probably only 2% that get this right. And we're gonna answer this question today. Let's get into the drill. So by the end of the video, you're gonna be able to rotate back, rotate through, keeping that same angle. Now, think about that logically, right? If that ball is on a high tee peg, as I have right here, and I'm hitting an iron shot, if I'm keeping that same relationship to the ground throughout the whole motion, I'm gonna be able to get that ball perfect. If I'm standing up or pulling up at whatever point in the golf swing, it's gonna make it very, very hard to create assured contact off an extremely high tee peg. Now let me share this with you. Have a look at the screen here. We're gonna put Rory McIlroy, Dustin Johnson on screenshots, where they are at address, where they are at the top of the backswing, and where they are at impact. Have a look how the pitch of their spine stays very similar throughout the whole motion. They turn back, turn through, keeping their same pitch. Yes, they might have that squatting down, but the angle of their spine doesn't move around far too much. And that's what I want you to get from this. Really nice and simply get this in the swing. Now, by the way, guys, just a reminder that this channel is powered by you. I'm Alex, I'm a PJ golf professional, and I'm gonna be your PJ pro that's gonna help you hone in your game this winter. Okay, the wall drill. This is what I see as something that you can do at home and would take you 2 minutes every single day, right? If you can sacrifice 2 minutes to become a better golfer, I know I would definitely take that. Right, here we go. So nice and simple, let's get into the wall. I want you to get into your posture, firstly, with your arms across your chest. I want you to just be, let's say, an inch away from the wall. And I want you to feel as though you keep that inch away from the wall throughout the whole motion. This is gonna guard against you noticing you're standing up. It's also gonna guard against you diving that head down. Whether that be your issue in the backswing, whether that be your issue in the downswing, you're guarding against fixing all of these. That's why, honestly, 2 minutes a day is really gonna help you. Now, a couple of things to bear in mind here as you're doing this, and that's what I have to remind myself of, is let those hips turn. Letting the hips turn helps the chest turn. So just go on, complete sort of 5 reps for me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes, might not have been perfect, but it's definitely training a better way to move. So come on, let's go back over to this part of the range. That's the part where I see something you can do 2 minutes every day. So the next stage, after you've done a few reps with the hands across your chest, I want you to make some air swings with the wall there, just like you can see on the screen here. And you know what? Pay close attention to how I'm moving my hips, how I'm moving my body. I'm not rushing a movement. I'm really making sure I get the feeling of keeping that same pitch throughout. Right, come on, how are you gonna bring this into your game is I want you to think about this, trust, and that's the key word. I want you to trust that if you make some better moves throughout on the wall, that's gonna, over a period of time, bleed into your game. But what I want you to think about here is, the analogy is, imagine you had a plane of glass sitting on your bum and a plane of glass sat just outside your head. Can we make some swings where we keep our body inside that plane of glass, not moving off it, not slamming down through it? Again, just trying to get a little simple analogy of what you've been training in your drill, which is going to definitely help you strike the golf ball way better. So that's one way. The next way, which I think is a brilliant way, you saw me right back at the start of the video, and we'll put that on the screen now, hit an absolutely horrible shot off a high tee peg. I want you to grab maybe an 8 iron, a 7 iron, or even a 6 iron, and tee it up as high as I am here. Now, if you're teeing it up that high, you've got to keep your same relationship throughout in order to get that perfect strike. So address that golf ball, maybe grip down an inch because that ball's an inch higher in the air, and simply learn to get that perfect strike off a high tee peg with your iron, because you're going to have to keep that perfect relationship to the ground. Like, have a look at this video here. On the slow-mo, you can see that I'm keeping a great relationship to the ground throughout the whole motion. So thanks so much for watching today's video. Don't forget, this channel is powered by you, so subscribe, and no matter how big or how small your question is, don't forget to fire it down below in the comments.